Hi guys, it's your latest news TV. Biography of Sani Abacha. Sani Abacha was born on the 20th day of September 1943 in Kano, northern Nigeria. He came from a wealthy Kanuri Muslim family that was involved in trade and community leadership. Abacha received his early education in Kano before joining the Nigerian military during a period when the country was moving towards independence from British colonial rule. Nigeria gained independence in 1960, and like many ambitious young men of his generation, Abacha viewed the military as a path to influence, national service, and advancement. His disciplined character and strategic thinking quickly made him stand out among his peers. Abacha joined the Nigerian Army in 1963. He attended military training institutions both in Nigeria and abroad, including military courses in the United Kingdom. He steadily rose through the ranks due to his loyalty, tactical abilities, and involvement in key military operations. During the Nigerian Civil War, also known as the Biafran War, Abacha served as an officer in federal military operations. The war greatly shaped Nigeria's military structure and political future. An officer who participated gained significant national influence afterward. Abacha later became one of the most powerful military figures in Nigeria. He played roles in several coups that changed the country's leadership during the 1970s and 1980s. In December 1983, the civilian government of President Shehu Shagari was overthrown by the military. Major General Muhammadu Buhari became head of state, while Abacha emerged as one of the key officers behind the operation. Abacha announced the coup on national radio, becoming widely known to Nigeria for the first time. In August 1985, another military coup removed Buhari from power. General Ibrahim Babangida became the new military ruler. Once again, Abacha played a central role in the transition and was rewarded with higher military responsibilities. During Babangida's administration, Abacha served as Chief of Army Staff, Minister of Defense, senior member of the Armed Forces Ruling Council. He gradually became one of the most influential officers in Nigeria. Nigeria experienced a major political crisis after the annulment of the June 12, 1993 presidential election, widely believed to have been won by Moshood Abiola. Following nationwide protests and political instability, Babangida stepped aside and formed an interim national government led by Ernest Shonikan. On November 17, 1993, Abacha seized power in another military coup and became Nigeria's head of state. Abacha ruled Nigeria from 1993 until his death in 1998. His government remains one of the most controversial periods in Nigerian history. Despite criticism, Abacha's administration implemented several economic and infrastructure policies. Nigeria's foreign reserves reportedly increased significantly during his rule. External debt management improved temporarily. Inflation was reduced in the period. Petroleum revenue strengthened government finances. Infrastructure development. His government invested in road construction, petroleum sector expansion, telecommunications development, educational institutions, military modernization. Some projects initiated or strengthened during his era include improvement in highway, hospital, military facility, and oil infrastructure. Abacha's regime was heavily criticized internationally for authoritarian governance and suppression of opposite voices. Political opponents, journalists, and artists were frequently detained, media censorship increased, and many critics fled into exile. Among those arrested was Moshood Abiola. Abiola declared himself president based on the annulled election and was later imprisoned. Executive of Kenisaru Wiwa, one of the most controversial events of Abacha government, was the execution of environmental activist and writer Kenisaru Wiwa and 8 other Ogoni activists in 1995. The execution attracted widespread international condemnation and led to Nigeria's suspension from the Commonwealth of Nations. After Abacha's death, investigations revealed that billions of dollars had allegedly been diverted from Nigeria's treasury into foreign banks' accounts. The funds became popularly known as the Abacha loot. Several countries include Switzerland, United Kingdom, United States, worked with Nigerian authorities to recover stolen assets over the years. Hundreds of millions of dollars were returned to Nigeria. Sani Abacha died suddenly on June 8, 1998, at the presidential villa in Abuja. The official cause of death was reported as a heart attack. However, numerous rumors and conspiracies theories surrounded the circumstances of his death, including allegations involving poisoning and secret meetings. No conclusive evidence has publicly confirmed these claims. He was buried in Kano according to Islamic rites. Following his death, General Abdulsalami Abubakar assumed power and initiated Nigeria's transition to civilian democracy. Abacha was married to Mariam Abacha and they had several children together. His son, Mohammed Abacha, later became involved in Nigerian politics and business. The Abacha family has consistently defended his legacy, arguing that he brought stability and economic discipline to Nigeria. The legacy of Sani Abacha remained deeply divisive in Nigeria. Supporters argue that he strengthened Nigeria's economic, improved security, reduced external debt pressure, and maintained national unity during instability. Critics argue that his government violated human rights, suppressed democracy, encouraged corruption, and weakened democratic institutions. Historians generally describe Abacha as one of the most powerful and controversial leaders in Nigerian history. Sani Abacha played a defining role in Nigerian military and political history. His rise from army officer to head of state reflected the influence of the military in post-independence Nigeria. Even decades after his death, debates about his leadership, economic policies, and human rights record continuing to shape discussion about governance and democracy in Nigeria. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to stay updated by subscribing, liking, and sharing.